So DC have created a brand new animated universe. Now, it has been pretty mixed in terms of a couple of hits and a couple of misses as well, but on the whole, it is definitely going in the right direction. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video, we are going to be ranking all 4 of the Tomorrowverse movies released so far. Now, I absolutely loved the DC animated universe. I thought it was so good. Every single movie was just so exciting. I couldn't wait for the next one as it just built its multiverse so fantastically, and I am still so gutted that it is now concluded. But now we have a brand new DC animated universe, the Tomorrowverse. Now, it's really interesting as in parallel for the DC animated movie universe being released, they did have a couple of one-off movies alongside it, and the Tomorrowverse is no different as there have been some other movies released alongside this universe as well. Now, it's really interesting as I do actually prefer the standalone movies that aren't related to the Tomorrowverse, namely Catwoman Hunted, Injustice, Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons, Batman Soul of the Dragon. So I'm really hopeful that the Tomorrowverse is going to up its game, but I am really confident that they will do going forwards. And I have to say, DC are absolutely killing it right now as they are smashing it in the animated movie space like they always have done, but soon will return to glory in the live action space as well, which is going to be really, really cool. But without further ado, let's now rank the Tomorrowverse movies. So in 4th place, unfortunately, I have to put Justice Society World War II. Now, this was an enjoyable movie. I just expected so much more from it. I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of movies set in the past, especially during the World War era. So from a premise point of view, I wasn't engaged that much. But, you know, even from a storyline point of view, in terms of the Flash racing back to the past and having to do some missions over there, I mean, they had a couple of cool twists and turns in this movie for sure, and it was really great to see the Justice Society of America really get the prominence that they deserve, as of course everybody is so focused on the Justice League. But unfortunately, there were just a lot of things that did not work in this movie, so even though it was good, it just wasn't that great. In 3rd place, I have to put Batman The Long Halloween. Now, I expected so much more from this movie, especially as the comic book that it is being adapted from was so good. And I love murder mysteries, so everything about this setup was really, really good. And also, I'm a massive fan of Batman and Gotham City and the whole Batman lore. So I was the perfect customer for this movie, or the double part of this movie. But I don't know, it just didn't really work that well. I feel like the final reveal wasn't that great. I feel like all of the characters were pretty one-dimensional, and I just feel like they could have and should have just done so much more to make it even more exciting. And it was a little bit disappointing as usually the Batman animated movies are excellent, but unfortunately for whatever reason Long Halloween just did not work for me. Now let's look at the more positive side of it. So I absolutely love Superman Man of Tomorrow. I mean, how many times have we seen Superman's origin by now? So when I heard that this was going to be retelling that, I was a little bit apprehensive going into it, but it really quickly went past all of that and then told a bit of a new origin and a new storyline for the younger Clark Kent. And I was all here for it. Loved the Martian Manhunter, loved some of the twists and turns that took place in this movie, loved the myriad of different villains and Clark Kent being in his early years and some villains that you don't typically see. So I feel like this actually was a really great way to kick off this brand new DC animated universe, and I am really excited to see where it's going to go in the future. But my favourite movie from the Tomorrowverse release so far, you guessed it, is Green Lantern Beware My Power. Now, I am the biggest Hal Jordan fan, and for whatever reason, in live action and in animation, he just hasn't connected with the audience. So I was a little bit apprehensive going into this movie as I'm such a big fan of Hal Jordan, but instead they told a really good Jon Stewart storyline, and all of the twists and turns that happened in this movie were absolutely brilliant. The wider world building that they were doing was really, really good, and seeing B-level characters that you're not that familiar with being so prominent in this film was really, really good. And like I said, did a really good job in building this wider new Tomorrowverse universe. So that's my ranking of the 4 movies released so far from the Tomorrowverse. I mean, very soon we're going to get Legion of Superheroes and Justice League Warworld, which is going to be really, really wicked. I feel like that's really going to push the Tomorrowverse to another level. And of course, there's going to be loads of standalone DC animated original movies being released as well. So I'm really excited. I'm a massive DC fan, and I think it's a great time to be a DC fan as their content offering has been so, so good. But that was my ranking. Now I'd love to hear from you. So let me know what you think of these 4 movies and how you would rank all of the Tomorrowverse movies released so far. Let us all know in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.